back to nurseann.com podcast, where we're going to do the audiobook reading of the published fiction short story series, The Mental Files by Nurse Ann, which is available on Amazon and read here. And then, after I read the chapters, we're going to pick it apart as it relates to real-life drama and your thought struggles. And then, we're going to jump into some more from the files of nurseann.com, along with the word puzzles and other inspirational wellness and some biblical prescriptions to help us navigate our life journey. Let's continue this series. We're going to jump into Chapter 4 of The Mental Files, Book 1, Sheep Among Wolves by Nurse Ann. Chapter 4, The Psych Ward. And before we get started, if you want to get caught up on this series and then listen to the audiobook reading and how we pick it apart and the inspirational wellness, it's available on Amazon. You can get the whole series in one book. There is 6 books out now, and I'm currently working on the 7th book. Book 1 is The Mental Files, Sheep Among Wolves. Book 2 is The Mental Files, Dr. John Doe. Book 3 is The Mental Files, A Tent Under the Bridge. Book 4 is the Trilogy Edition. Book 5 is The Mental Files, Defenders of the Weak. Book 6 is Series Collection Edition, where you have all of those books in one. And I'm working on Book 7, which is Ready, Willing, and Able. And in this series, you're going to get fictional drama related to the frontline workers trying to rescue those in crisis, mental, physical, and spiritual. There's mental health advocacy. You're going to see thought disorders, memory disorders, homelessness advocacy, people struggling with addiction. There's autism awareness. There is dementia awareness, awareness about people being bullied online and in the community, and those who try to help them and those who stand against them. There's danger, action, romance, faith, inspiration, and suspense. So let's jump into Chapter 4. You can go back to the other podcasts if you do want to hear it from the beginning. This is Episode 4, Chapter 4 of Book 1. Chapter 4, The Mental Files, The Psych Ward by Nurse Ann. Meanwhile, Julie had made it to the psych ward, and Nurse Angela was checking her in for admission. "Hey, Julie. It's nice to see you." "You're in a safe place now," offered the concerned nurse. "How do you know my name?" asked the suspicious patient. "You've been here before, Julie. You're such a nice young lady. I've been wondering how you were doing," encouraged the nurse. "I've got a boyfriend now," replied the naive girl. "Oh, Well, I hope he treats you good," advised the wary nurse. "Yeah, he takes me out to eat. I'm hungry now. Give me some food," demanded Julie. "Of course. I'll be happy to get you some food. We have to do your safety check first," informed the nurse as she guided the guarded young lady into the exam room. As they made their way into the room, Angela noticed Julie looking around at the other patients who were staring at her. Then she heard Julie mumbling something to herself about demons. Once in the exam room, Angela proceeded to attempt to do a safety check on the new patient. "Why are you touching me? Stop it! Leave me alone!" Julie screamed as she attempted to push against the experienced nurse. Hearing the screams, the mental health technician James barged in the door. Seeing the young girl pushing against the nurse, James started to grab the patient. "Easy, James. It's okay. She's just upset," offered the nurse. "Hey, I'm just trying to keep you from getting hurt. You know we can't let the patients assault the staff," retorted the young technician as he continued to grab the frightened patient even tighter. "James, be careful. Remember, she's pregnant," the nurse tried to whisper to her coworker. "I'm not!" screamed the girl. "You're lying! You're demons. Stop touching me. Leave me alone. I'm not pregnant. As the confused girl started to kick and spit and scratch, James yelled out for some backup. Hospital security officer Gwen ran into the room to assist the staff. Get her a shot now, yelled James to the medicine nurse Matthew, who was standing outside of the door. No, I don't want a shot. Leave me alone. That stuff is evil. No, cried the psychotic young lady. Guys, be gentle. She's just scared. Julie, I'm going to get you some food. Can we just walk to your room? Pleaded Angela. You're tricking me. You're evil, Julie screamed. Crying loudly over the second needle penetrating her skin, the young girl crouched in a ball in the corner after the staff left her room. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5 is Joshua at the ER. So tune in for that next time, where they just rescued the man, peered on the edge of the bridge, and see what happens. Now we're going to break apart chapter 4. Many of us can be frightened through the trials and the dangers and the drama of life, but especially those with thought disorders or hallucinations, frightening hallucinations infecting their every waking thought. Maybe those who don't have anyone in their corner to help them navigate through life. And I was reminded of an encouraging verse today. Micah 7:8, though I dwell in darkness, the Lord is a light for me. So we're all going to go through difficult times. And sometimes we need others to help us. Sometimes we just need to wait on God's timing. And it all works together. We help each other as we go through these battles in our minds, battles of life that do cause fear. So whatever you're going through, whatever's causing you fear today, or if you're helping someone else get through that, I pray that you'll hang on and cling to the words of hope. We're going to look at today's word puzzle, which is another guide for inspirational wellness, and the word puzzles devotional is now also out on Amazon. And what are the word puzzles? The word puzzles are interesting words linked to everyday life situations and drama, and then paired with a relevant biblical prescription to help us navigate through life. And you can get your daily dose of wisdom and inspiration. So let's see what word puzzle we are going to land on today after we spin that wheel. All right, today's word puzzle from the book Word Puzzles Devotionals by Nurse Ann. The word puzzle is from the letter A, affreux, and that's AFFREUX, and that means dreadful or frightful. So we might have health challenges, family problems, income struggles, and a myriad of situations that can tempt us to fear. And just when we think we have the battle for anxiety and fear defeated, something or someone challenges us with something new or old. Our own thoughts can be plagued with panic and dread. Let's allow the promise also from Psalm 56:3 to drench our fearful hearts with peace. What time I am afraid, I will trust in you. So when we feel afraid, we are invited to trust the Lord. Simple words, big promise. And that's today's word puzzle. So that leaves us with more time to jump into the files of nurseann.com for more inspirational wellness and creative entertainment with a purpose. So before we do that, just in case you want to get a jump on the series, once again, that's The Mental Files by Nurse Ann, and that's Ann with an E. You can get that on Amazon on Kindle and in paperback. And the series, book 1 is The Mental Files, Sheep Among Wolves. You're going to get to know this young lady who's fending for herself on the street with those frightening hallucinations. See if the frontline workers can get through to her. Is she going to trust that shady boyfriend, or is she going to trust the nurses and the caseworker? And then you're also going to see if they can rescue that man peered on the edge of the bridge, and check out the relationship drama and the young man in the story that's caught up in a life of crime and danger. And that's going to take you into book 2 with the same characters, and that's Dr. John Doe, and you're going to see why this elderly man is running around in traffic screaming he's a doctor, and hopefully those frontline workers can figure out who he really is. Does he have family, and what's going on? And see if that young man in the story, if he gets out of that life of crime and danger, and if anyone will mentor him, and how the relationship drama and the relationship between the caseworker and the policeman are developing. And then that jumps into book 3 with the characters. Is a tent under the bridge. See why Abigail continues to want to live under the bridge in that homeless situation, even though the healthcare workers are trying to offer her a better way. And then does the ministry team, are they going to be able to help that homeless community, and who's trying to stop them? And how does the relationship progress? And does that young man finally find a new career in a way out of that dangerous lifestyle? And who's going to get hurt in the middle of it? Those that he loves. Book 4, you can get that trilogy edition. Then book 5, we jump into Defenders of the Week. Meet Chandra, who's being bullied online, and she's just trying to post interesting and helpful content to help others on her blog, but people still want to make fun of her and ridicule her. Can she handle that? Can she help others? And then we're going to go back to the team. They're trying to help. They're trying to be an outreach to the young lady in the boarding home, to those that homeless community they're building up. But even people in the church and the community are trying to stop them because they don't want their comfortable country club lives upended. And then book 6, you can get the whole series in one, read all those books and get caught up on that story. This is short story, quick reading, fictional drama. And I'm working on book 7. You're going to find out, get more awareness on the spectrum and see about the abilities of those and who can be the real heroes. So before we go, we're going to jump into the files of nurseann.com for more inspirational wellness and creative entertainment with a purpose. Let's see where we're going to go today. So guess what's today? Today you're going to learn how to make an organic, easy, and inexpensive body butter that is going to help any type of dry skin and get really down to those dry skin conditions. So let's jump into that. So what you can do first is you can get this online at Amazon or any other retailer. You can even get this in health food stores or health food type groceries. You're going to buy the blocks of cocoa butter. You can also get a block of shea butter. You can just get a few blocks for like $1. And then I like to have the unrefined virgin coconut oil. You're going to take the block of the cocoa butter, just a small block, and the shea butter, and you're going to melt that down. You can even quickly do it in a disposable or a glass bowl in the microwave. It's going to be really hot. Then you can add in some of your other, maybe your coconut oil, if you like sweet almond oil. There's all different kind of oils you can add into that, even some essential oils if you want that scent. Then you're going to put that in the freezer, maybe about a half an hour. Just keep an eye on it. You don't want it solid. You want it more like a thick pea soup consistency. You're going to take that out. If you want to add in more of the liquid oils at this time for scents or just different oils, you take that out when it's that soupy consistency, and then you're just going to whip it up really hard. There's recipes online for this. It kind of takes you through some different, harder, longer steps. You can do it that way too, but I found this way works also. Just whip that up until it's going to be like a consistency of butter. Then I just put it in like a glass jar, and it lasts a month or two. It depends on how much you use it. You can use it in your face, your skin, wherever. It's organic, there's no chemicals in it, and it gets really deep down for the driest type of skin conditions. It works great, so I hope you like that organic body butter lotion. It's very inexpensive. If you look online, it's very expensive to buy pre-made organic body butter, so I think you'll enjoy this. So that's going to do it for the nurseann.com podcast episode 4, where we read chapter 4 of the Mental Files by Nurse Ann, available on Amazon. See you for chapter 5 and episode 5. Have an awesome day.